Do you get dizzy very frequently? Here's the ankle solution to your dizziness. So whether you feel like lightheaded, or not necessarily the room spinning, but you just feel lightheaded and like maybe sea legs. So a lot of this times it's caused by inner ear or actually to your neck. And so it's actually in the same plane, same level. You're gonna look to your ankles. So you look to your ankles and you see here's a little bone right here, right? Your ankle bone. Right in front of your ankle bone, there's a little divot. This area corresponds to the back of your neck right here and also your inner ear. So you're gonna press, find around here, you're gonna find that super sensitive area and you're gonna dig hard, right? You can do both ankles and press for 30 seconds and then get up and walk around. Your dizziness should instantly decrease. It doesn't take it away completely, but it helps calms it down, okay? Make sure you like this post and follow me here on TikTok.
I have thyroid issues to include HASHIMOTO'S disease, and have had other flare-ups of similar, or not similar, but other autoimmune diseases. And so I had concerns that current medicines really were not helping me in the long run to prevent other flare-ups and other autoimmune diseases, as well as just reducing my overall HASHIMOTO'S concerns. So I started into the program with my husband. I definitely recommend having your life partner, whoever goes through it with you, at the same time. And we both stuck with the program, very much so through the detox, and which was a challenge, but was so worth it. And then through the next phases, as I went along, I could just start to feel, even coming off of caffeine, how much more energy I had and how much I didn't have to depend on caffeine of any sort to kind of get me through the day. My energy levels improved, and I just watched over this whole time my numbers go down as far as indicators for autoimmune diseases with thyroid and just other tendencies towards those things. Vitamin D wasn't a problem for me, and those numbers with assistance and guidance really has come through. And I'll just say, Jimmy can explain things in a way that makes it relevant to you and makes you understand.
So why nutrition? So everybody probably has heard the quote, "The way to a man's heart is through his stomach," right? So I'm gonna make a little twist on that. I'm gonna say the way to better communication is through our stomach, okay? And so what that means is, it's not literally our stomach. The word should be really gut, but I just wanted to use that quote, right? So the way to better communication is through our stomach or through our gut, which means if we want to reboot our nervous system, we need to make sure we are putting in the proper nutrition into our mouths, because that is what helps us have better communication. We first need to understand, use my little iPad here, so the central nervous system, right? The nervous system is broken down to the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. Central nervous system is basically your brain and your spinal cord. You can basically view that as your CPU, your command center. And from your command center, then it sends messages out to every single cell in your body. And it does that through these little nerves. You can envision them as wires. They're called the peripheral nervous system. All of it is communication. So in order for our bodies to self-heal, you need to have proper communication. Communication is done through the nervous system. That's why the nervous system is so important. And the nerves, we need to make sure that we are constantly also regenerating some of our nerves. A lot of our nerves, especially in the peripheral nervous system, the nerves can regenerate, but they will only regenerate in the proper environment, right? And so I'm gonna attempt to draw. And if you imagine you have a little plant, little flower, okay? So in order for that flower to grow, let's have some engagement. Let me ask y'all the question. In order for that flower, because you were just talking about your flower beds. So what do you need in order to get your produce or your flower to grow? What are some things that you need?
Need water.
Yep, you need water. What else?
Good soil.
Yes. What else?
Sunlight.
Mm-hmm. Just say the soil, you can say, is nutrients. But let's just say that if this flower, let's say somebody, not, y'all were talking about deers eating your plants. What if somebody was trying to sabotage your plant, or just just accidentally poured some motor oil into it? How would you revive this plant now? Y'all can unmute or type into the chat. How would you revive your plant to get it to grow again?
You probably have to pull it up and try to soapy water wash all that oil off.
Exactly. What Jackie just said is what we do, something we do in our body that we call detox, right? So, because if you don't remove that motor oil from your soil first, you can add all the water you want. You just make more water plus oil, right? You can add all the nutrients you want, but the motor oil is still blocking the endings, the roots, from absorbing the nutrition. This is the same thing with our nerves, right? And then you can put all the sunlight you want. You still have that toxin, which we call motor oil, in your body, right? And so we need to make sure we remove that first before we add any nutrition into our body. So there is a step-by-step process. And the first step always is first detox, remove the toxins first, because, and also you can think of it, this is another analogy. You have a cup, and let's say your cup, motor oil is black. So you want to fill your cup with water, but if your cup is full of black motor oil, it doesn't matter how much water you put in, you're not going to fill that cup with water. So you first have to remove the motor oil, and then you can fill your cup with water, right? So detox is super important, and then what you put in. I'm going to tell you a couple of things of what to put in, like the nutrients, right? Because you need the right nutrients. You need the right soil for your nerves to regenerate. If your nerves are in the improper soil, they will not regenerate. They will actually do the opposite. They will die, just like your plant, okay?